Okay, so let me just do a breakdown of question 1. So basically you're trying to run Java C, and keep in mind that this import statement is just importing a print function that works similarly to the print function in Python, except that it prints its arguments on a line separated by blanks. And you'll see what that means when you look at the answer part here. So every statement that you run, that you execute, is going to occupy a separate line in your answer, basically, okay? But that's not really important. Basically, you have 3 classes here. You have class A, class B, which extends A, so it's a child of the class A, and they both have the exact same variables, the exact same method, all the headers are the same. And then class C is a parent of B, okay? So you see this class hierarchy, and it also has the exact same variables and methods, except that it's missing h of ax, and instead of that, it's having k of ax. And then we get down to the part where we want to actually run the code that we're going to execute and test. So NA is going to be a new A instance. Note that its static type is A and its dynamic type is also A. And then AB is going to have both static and dynamic types B. And then we're going to call the main method, which is basically calling do stuff on a new C instance. So basically all of this that we're going to be executing is in the perspective of a C instance object. And so what do stuff does is for each of these separate lines, it's going to go through. Okay, and basically we're going to be executing 6 chunks of code. So we're going to take it one by one. Each video is going to take 1 line of statements. So this one is going to, we're going to look at line 1. So na.f, right? This means that at compile time, and I'm just going to do the lower level interpretation for the first few statements. So at compile time, it's going to look inside the static type class, which is A, for an F method that takes no arguments. And so if we look, there is such a method, so that's good. And also, just in case you didn't read the directions, there are no compilation or runtime errors in this code. So you can just assume that everything works correctly. Okay, and then at runtime, it's going to go inside the dynamic class, which is also A, and run the F method. So we're going to be printing out that, and then we also want to print out X and Y. Okay, so because we're inside this class, we just take the X and Y from A. All right, so that is this call, and then now we want to execute this one. It might seem really strange to just have this one method call, but actually this is in perspective of the C class, because all of this is inside the C class, right? So if we just call F, it's basically running this one. We're printing out C, F, and then we're also printing out X and Y, which are taken from the C class, which we're currently in. And so that's going to give us 5 and 6. Okay, and last but not least, we're casting this to the static type B, and then we're calling the F method. Okay, so remember that this is a new C instance, right? So its static and dynamic type are both C, but the compiler will check the static type only. It will see that it's B, and so it's going to go inside the B class, screenshot this F method, and then at runtime, we're actually going to execute the dynamic class method F. All right, and this is applicable, this dynamic method selection is applicable precisely because F is a non-static instance method. Remember this red highlighted part, right? This is really important. It doesn't apply for any method, it only applies for non-static methods. Okay, so that's why we can do C, F, and then again 5 and 6 here. All right, that is it for line 1.